Okay, people, let's have a quick little talk. As always, I am Black Bomb. Be sure to check out my channel. Check out the One People Podcast Sundays at 5:45 p.m. Eastern. But today we're going to be talking about identity or lack thereof. Now, when you have a product, a service, a business, a game, a team, a sport, everything that you're trying to sell has an identity. Or maybe it doesn't. And chances are, if it doesn't have an identity, you're going to have a problem. So, when we look at the gaming world, what is SNK's identity? Neo Geo, arcades, fighters. What is Capcom's identity? Japanese developer, Japanese publisher, fighting games, Monster Hunter, the mix. What is Nintendo's identity? Family friendly, mascot gaming, colorful, high end quality, critical acclaim, you name it. What is Xbox's identity? Formerly the most powerful console, online gaming, multiplayer, first person shooter, but now its identity kind of shaky, people. It really doesn't have one and it's still trying to find one. Which brings me to this. Now we have Ratchet and Clank coming to PC. Now, originally, these PC games or these PlayStation games coming to PC, I thought they would be last generation. I thought they would be 3, 4, maybe 5 years later, but they're coming. They're coming. Now we have launch games coming, games that are a year old coming, games that are 2 years old coming. That is no different than what PC gamers have pretty much have always done with multi-platform games throughout the history of gaming on PC. PC gamers don't mind waiting a year. They don't mind waiting 2 years. Look at Grand Theft Auto. Look at Red Dead Redemption. Look at a host of older games that PC gamers have waited for. Reluctantly, would they rather play it day one like they do now? Of course, but it's been proven that PC gamers will wait. So, what becomes the identity of the PlayStation? Third person, cinematic, high end, story driven video games. Okay, cool. You got it. But now these games are coming to PC. 60 frames, 120 frames, 4K, ray tracing, max setting, ultra wide, super wide, ridiculous things that just cannot be technologically done on a PlayStation 5. So, where does that put the PlayStation 5? It's an inferior place to play PlayStation and Sony games. It's an inferior place to play Sony and PlayStation exclusives. It becomes an inferior place to game. Because legally, Nintendo's not an inferior place to game. Illegally, yes, it might be, but legally, it is not. Because you can't really do what Nintendo does anywhere else. You just can't do it. So, how much longer does Sony have, or do we as fans have, until these games start coming out day and date? These games start coming out close. These games start coming out months, half a year, under a year. What happens then? I don't need a PlayStation to play Elden Ring, to play a Souls game, to play JRPGs, to play Street Fighter. I might not need a PlayStation, hell, to play Sony's games. So at that point, what then? I mean, Sony's already making this Cuber or this Q or whatever the hell it's called, this handheld, but if these games are natively on the PC, you have the Steam Deck. You have the Asus ROG. I mean, what is the Cuber? $400? You can get a Steam Deck for that price. So, Sony better be careful with what they're doing here because they are going to be in danger of losing their identity. Nintendo, not so much. I mean, Nintendo has so much of an identity. Gamers all across the internet cry and complain when they can't steal it. But that's a topic for another video. I'm Black Bond. I'll catch you guys later. Enjoy the good weather. It's nice out.